Welcome, everyone. We're going to give everyone a couple moments to log in and then we'll get started. Hey, Nida. We'll get started around 9:33, guys. All righty, guys. Let's go ahead and get this party started. Welcome, welcome, welcome to our Trade Love Academy's introduction into the futures market. You guys know in the few weeks we've been transitioning out of the forex market, and I've been telling you guys, I'm gonna get you guys into futures, I'm gonna get you guys into futures, and the day has come. How's everyone doing tonight? You guys drop some fires in the chat if you're ready to learn about how to trade futures. Getting started today. Oh, yeah. Awesome. Okay, so you guys know me. I am Coach Fatima. I've been trading for it's 2025, so I've been trading since about 2019. I've dabbled in everything, most recently coming from the forex market and trading and teaching with a group there. I did like the Asian breakout session. And then recently, and then we did a live boot camp in Cozumel. And then in 2024, broke out into my own group. We do a free session every Wednesday, learning market structure, um, trading psychology, risk management. And we were primarily focused on the futures market, on the Forex market. And now we are in the futures world. So, how many of you guys have actually traded futures in the past or have heard of it? I know we're so used to being on Zoom and you guys being able to get off mute so I can, talk to you guys and communicate. But you guys holler at me in the chat. I can read. Ty says she's excited to learn. Oh, hey, Ty. Okay, yeah. So, futures. Let me get my screens all together here. So the futures market. Now, you guys, calm down. I know everyone's like, how different is it from Forex? You're gonna be using your same strategy. You can, basically trade your same pairs. You still have to have, a trading plan. Nothing too different changes as far as trading wise now, and having to like your strategy. Now with futures, there are a couple different things that are different, such as the name of your asset. It's not traded against any currency pairs and things of that sort. But I think you guys are really, really going to like it. So today we're going to go over, again, the differences between futures and Forex trading. We're going to learn the pros and cons of each market. We're going to look at some brokers and prop firms available for futures trading, and then look at some very basic steps to get started with futures. So again, today, just an intro. I'm not going to keep you guys for too long. And starting next week, we will meet here every Wednesday at 8 a.m. Eastern in the morning, where we'll do a deep dive into actually like learning how to open up the orders, learning transitioning over from like tick size value, which you guys know as like lot size, and all that great stuff. So let's go ahead and let's get started. Does anyone have any questions? Okay. So let's see here. I'm dealing with like 3 screens, so. All right, perfect. Okay, so let's go over some key differences. So one of the key differences is market structure. So in the forex market, that's really decentralized market, meaning that those trades are done through banks and brokers, whereas in futures, that is a centralized market. It's coming directly from the CME, the NYMEX, ISO, all of the brokers in the futures market. They're regulated brokers, they're US regulated brokers. Now, another thing is are the assets traded. So in forex, we trade currency pairs. Euro, you trade it against the USD dollar, the Great British Pound against the yen, and things, and things of that sort. Whereas in futures, we have contracts. So there's going to be things like, for instance, SPX. So that's the S&P 500. In futures, we're trading that against the dollar, and we call it SPX 500. Whereas in the futures world, the name we call SPX ES. So we will have to learn like different asset names. For instance, NASDAQ is NQ. So let's see here. There's a bunch of different products, and I'm right now here in the CME group. So I'm going to go ahead and drop that in our chat here. You guys take a look at your chat. This is the CME group website. This is a website. I'm going to drop some resources as well. But as you guys are, and we'll go more in depth into this, but definitely visit this website. There's free courses here, webinars, academic, resources. But this is where we're going to get. This is the CME group. And this is this Chicago Mercantile Exchange. And so you're going to have very, very important information directly. You can find it directly on this site. So you can trade a bunch of different assets here, and it tells you and it gives you all that information. You can trade currencies, but they're not currency pairs. So for instance, you can trade the yen, you can trade oil, you can trade gold. You do have the capabilities to trade that. They go by different names. They're a completely different markup, and we're going to go more into that as well. When we are going into futures trading for the rest of this year, I'm only going to be focusing on trading SPX, which in futures is called ES. That's going to help us get really organized, learn that assets characteristics, how that market moves, make sure that we are able to manage our risk well. But anyways, alrighty, let's go. And also, now as far as the trading hours are basically the same. Forex is like 24/5, not really 24/7, but almost. Futures, it's basically the same, about a 24/6 kind of. So there's breaks for settlement in between the futures market, but that's a very consistent market as well. So if you were worried about, if you're some people that trade the London session, yes, you are still able to trade those time frames in the futures markets as well. Now, leverage and margin. Forex, we definitely have a higher leverage. There's 50 to 1 for retail, and of course, 100 to 1 offshore with our unregulated brokers. In the futures market, it is a little bit higher to enter this market, which is why Forex is a lot more appealing. You can trade S&P, the S&P 500, and with an unregulated broker with under $1,000, $500 sometimes. With futures contract, we're going to need a lot more margin in our accounts to be able to trade this pair. But that's where we're going to get into some prop firms, what firms we use before we go ahead and speak about getting into live trading and using our own monies there. Alrighty, so another difference between Forex and futures is order execution. So right now, like with Forex, is broker dependent, spreads and liquidity. It's different brokers have different prices, different spreads. However, in the futures market, which is the thing that I love the most about trading futures, is the transparent order book. We have CME level 2 data, meaning that whatever regulated broker, so if you're trading SPX with Tradeovate, or if you're with Trade Ninja, or if you're on Top Step, we're going to be saying the same price across all of those platforms. How many times have you been in a trade and your friend, is trading ES and it's SPX, S&P 500, NASDAQ, whatever it was, and they're entering at this price, you're entering at that price. The spread for them is that amount over there, commission fees, it's all over the place. Sometimes you're knocked out of a trade on this broker. You could be in the same trade with another broker. You're still entered. How many times, drop some threes in the chat if that has happened to you while trading Forex, where it's just a huge difference between brokers and price difference. And it's been hard, even sometimes kind of connecting your charting platform. Oh, Kelly, you came straight and dropped some threes. Yes, you guys, definitely. So, that's not the case with futures. And that in itself was enough to sell me, the spread, the cost structure. So spreads and commissions are completely different in futures. In Forex. Futures, again, fixed commissions and exchange fees. So, that and alone, just that those crazy spreads and rates and change between brokers and Forex, in the Forex community, that alone can kill accounts. And could it be that your analysis was spot on, you leveraged right, but just that spread, and it's done on purpose. And that's why it is those are unregulated brokers that we're dealing with in offshore accounts and, not live, just simulated trading environments. And it's, built that way for a reason. So we want to get away from that. Of course, we have different platforms such as Oando, which are US regulated brokers where you can trade the Forex market in a more structured environment and with US regulators. Of course, the leverage there is going to be so different. It's 50 to 1, whereas we are accustomed to a higher leverage amount, which is why Forex is so, gets everyone's attention. So there's that difference that it is possible. But if you're going to, go with a regulated broker, a US regulated broker to trade Forex, might as well trade futures. Trust me. Okay, so just kind of went over a couple of different pros and cons of each market. So let's see here. There's no central exchange. That is just... Alrighty. So one of the main things that everyone speaks about. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Micah. And the same to everyone here. Appreciate you guys tuning in and sharing the love and sharing the growth. We want to see all of us together. There's no competition in trading. Why? We can be in the same exact trade, make the same exact monies or not, so we just want to see all of us grow. And shout out to Micah for always dropping his gems in the chat, right? Okay. Alrighty, so let's just take a look here. I'm gonna go on the CME website and I want to show you guys something here. I'm wondering if we should look at the different companies first. No, let's look at choosing a forex market. So, you can like I was speaking before, we can trade indices, you can trade currencies, you can trade commodities, you can trade even treasuries and futures. Let's see, let's pull it up here. In our different markets. So let's just say the E-mini S&P 500 or the NASDAQ here. Let's focus on the S&P 500. Okay. So what I like, remember, we are dealing with centralized markets here. So this information, and this is another thing, a lot of times we're always saying pick one pair, go with your pair, stick with your pair. In futures, that's going to really be to your benefit because the specifications of each individual asset is going to be different. For instance, gold. Oh, are you guys not seeing my screen this whole time? Oh my goodness. Alrighty. Sorry, y'all just been looking at my big head. Oh no. Alrighty. Well, here we go. We are on the CME Group's website. So let me go back. All right. So CME Group, this is the website. You go into markets right here. And like we were speaking about the different products. And I'll be dropping in our group, like we'll be going over the different names, the different dates and everything like that. This is an introduction. So we're going to be going even further in depth during our Wednesday classes. But this is just to get your minds moving, give you guys some resources so you guys can start doing your own research. But whatever you wanted to trade, for instance, gold here, it's called GC in the futures market. Right now, we're going to be looking at the S&P 500, which goes by ES. And as I was saying, before I realized that I wasn't sharing my screen, is that all your information here about that is going to be here about that asset. So you can look, and this is what I was saying. For instance, thank you, Ty. For instance, gold. So come right over here to the specifications. For instance, gold has a different time that it closes in futures. So you want to know all of your time frames from the SME Global. What time does your asset open up? How many points is it traded by? For instance, every 25 cents move with a mini account here with ES is equivalent to $12.50. So we'll learn about that too. We no longer use lot sizes and things of that sort. We'll be learning about that tick size, and every asset is different. So, this is not going to be the amount that every 25 cents move is equivalent to for the Dow, US 30 or gold. So every pair has its own specific price fluctuation. It also has, again, the product code is different. So again, ES. And we can also do micros. That's MES. So the time that it's settled, the contract dates and things like that. So every pair has its own little, specifications, the margins as well, but we really won't get too in depth into this. I just wanted to, let you guys see exactly how you can find the information on each of your pairs. And again, if you're trading, it's going to be really, really different. The price difference, if you guys come and compare it to SPX in, in forex, there's going to be a major price difference, and we'll talk about that too, and speak about, if we need to upgrade our trading view to have live data feed and all that good stuff. But again, just a brief overview. Okay, so bunch of different markets that we can choose from here. You guys can see how we can grab that information. All right, now let's speak about brokers. So I am going to go over a couple brokers. You guys know, with due diligence, you guys have to look. There's over 10, 20 different, I'm not even sure how many, US regulated futures brokers. There are a lot. Definitely take a look to see which one is best for you. For instance, we have NinjaTrader. Let me go ahead and drop that in the chat. I do love that these brokers also, you can log in if you love, still using your trading view. You can log into your NinjaTrader, your Gemini, your Tradovate, your Quantower, any of these different brokers here, and connect it directly to your trading view. You can trade directly from your trading view chart, so we don't have to, be on Trade Locker and then Trading View and switching back and forth. So I do love that. So you guys can just take a look here. You go and see the different prices. NinjaTrader does have different plans, pay-as-you-go fees. You can check out the margins there as well. I'm not going to get too in depth with that, but I do love that also has just a couple of futures trading basics here. Nice little video for those of us that do well with video learning. You can learn about futures contracts, the benefits of that, and all that good stuff there. Sign up for an account. Yep. They have live streams, introductions into futures and technical analysis. They teach you about different chart patterns. So we have a lot of free education out here. You see, same thing we've been learning, as far as how we have to get in and out of our trades, how we get into the market, what we're looking for, our strategy. Another broker is Tradovate. And they are they've been here for years. Drop that in the chat as well. Because when you guys are looking for your brokers, you want to give you guys a couple different options. Let me see. I know I had some more here. You can also take a look at TD Ameritrade, Interactive Brokers, AMP Futures. They might have changed their name. But again, you guys take a look at the pricing, see what broker offers micros, which is going to be a nano accounts, which are going to be the equivalent to like minis. And, before, you guys probably weren't around these days, and same thing in forex. In order for us to trade S&P 500 and the NASDAQ and all those things, they do have those mini contracts. So the same thing here in futures. So, when you're shopping around for your broker, definitely do your due diligence there and take a look around. However, you guys know, before you fund a live account, what do we guys need? What do we need to do? Before you fund a live account, drop some information in the chat. What is the first thing you need to do before you fund a live account? Please tell me. I want to know. Yes, definitely, Miss Kelly. We get into a demo account. So even though I just wanted to throw out just a couple different live brokers that are available, I do not encourage anyone to fund any money into a live account until they have done their due diligence and research, familiarize themselves with the futures market and learning how this market is different. You have a bunch of different things such as settlement. You got to learn your different broker and tutorials with that. You have to learn how to trade your new pair. So even before you get into your demo, just that live learning. And so that's why we're going to speak about some prop firms within the futures trading world really quickly here. All right, let's take a pause. Any questions so far? As far with these live accounts and all the options that are available there. Nothing. Okay. Okay, so funded accounts. Just like in the forex world, we do have simulated accounts here, funded accounts within the futures. And so there's a couple different prop firms. You guys, please do your due diligence. The same thing about the prop firm world, in the forex can be said about the futures world. This is one of the companies, very well-known company, Apex Trader Funding. I'm going to drop that in the chat as well. I know of people who are funded with them and who've traded with them. I am not personally, but definitely just need to make sure that you guys have all the information that you can have on all the different prop firms so that you can do, again, your own research. So how does the prop firms in forex work? So let's go over here. Let's take a look at their Apex, what are you doing? So let's go ahead and get started. So for Apex, if you want a 50K account, that's going to start at, $167 a month. For this account, is it going to keep moving on me? Alrighty. Oh. So basically, you pay a monthly amount for whatever starting capital that you want. As you can see, Apex has from 50K all the way to 300K. They have static accounts and things of that sort. They tell you each account is different. You have different goals that they want you to see, different daily drawdown limits, scaling plans. And so basically how this works here is that you pay monthly, and every month, if you haven't passed your account and met the goal, you pay the account fee again. You do have your real-time data fees that are incorporated with that as well. And then once you pass your account, you are able to level up into a live funded account there. And so again, they tell you what instruments you can trade, E-mini SUPs. You have, if you know, any of our old traders here, anyone trading gold, bunch of different assets there. So let's just take a look into this one. Okay. So you receive 100% of the first $25,000 per account and 90% beyond that. So that's just telling you when you are funded how your profit is split out. You can collect 2 payouts per month. So sometimes you do have some brokers who have unlimited, some prop firms who used to do unlimited payouts up to a certain amount. Apex, you have two payouts per month. You can do scaling. They have no daily drawdowns. You do have a max drawdown. They do allow you to trade on the holidays. And there is no total cap on your maximum payout. They do have a one-step evaluation process, meaning that if you meet your goal, meaning if the profit target was $3,000 and you were able to make $3,000 in one day, you can graduate on to the next step. Okay. So you can qualify with as little as with with as little as 7 trading days. You do, let's see, you have one step. You just hit your profit target before you hit your max drawdown with 7 days of trading, and you qualify. They do have a maximum permission size. You can trade during the news. So again, just like with every prop firm, there's different rules. There's different pricing. There's different account sizes. So, all righty. So let's just see this one for a 25K account. All right. And so you would just sign up for your account, as that is. I mean, as is here. Fill out the account. Fill out this information, guys, and you'll be able to have your 25K account with those rules there. Seems pretty straightforward. Any questions with Apex? Let's look at some frequently asked questions. Alrighty. Looks like they have some trading courses available there for them as well. Okay. So another funded account prop firm is Top Step. Okay, so Top Step. I am with Top Step. You guys know that we were talking about that in the chats last year. So I got funded with them around September. I was also chosen to be in the VIP program with Coach Paul. So that was very fun. So I've been working with Top Step. We do have some really cool things coming up in the future that I will let you guys know about coming up shortly. But what I like about Top Step, and so let me drop this link in the chat as well. What I like about Top Step is that they're very education based. So you have a bunch of, they have a live stream that they stream from the opening bell all the way till closing every single day. You guys, it's amazing. Where they go over, they have like trading psychologists come up. They have people that are in their funded accounts showing you how they trade. They have, and these classes are being taught. This live streaming sessions are being taught by people who were actual trading on the trading floor. men and women who have their actually degrees and certificates and, series licensing, series 3, series 7, all those licensing have actually traded on the CME floor and things like that. So it's coming from professionals. It's so fun to see. We always see, especially with like the like live streaming programs, everyone always shows you, okay, made this money. They walk through getting in these trades. Sometimes they lose the money, sometimes they win, but they go through the whole psychology. You're able to, oh my God, you guys, it's fun. It's so much fun. But anyways, let's talk about their program and how it works. So the first step is their trading combine. So with their trading combine, you definitely have your profit targets. You need to have a consistency target. And also there's a daily loss limit. Let's take a look here. You're also able to link your live accounts with like your Ninja Trader, your Quant Tower. They have so many different platforms that they're linked with, which is just really, so I tried their Tradeovate, was really cool. You guys know that we were talking about Bookmap as well. So different, bunch of different rules there. Let's see here. I mean, bunch of different options with linking your account. Again, they do have trading futures one-on-one. So I always recommend that you guys look at the full course here on trading, your trading foundations. They give it to you. Each of these topics, each of these courses, they're about an hour long. You guys, I've never seen anything so in depth like this with, the funded accounts. It's not just like something, that they put together, just like some 3D images and a voiceover. These are being taught by, these traders here on this platform. So you have all your trading information, and also forex to futures. I really guess we could have just started here, but again, it goes over this. The name changes. So for instance, the US 30 in futures, it's called YM. US 500, which is the S&P, is EX. And so it goes over the name changes there. We also have all these different terminology. We don't say pips, we use ticks. We don't say pairs or assets, it's products. We don't use lot sizes. They're called contracts. Buy and sell over on this side. Same thing with option trading, bid and ask. So we don't have any mini pairs. We trade micros. So there's going to be a little bit of a learning curve, but you guys, it's fun. It's fun. It's new. It's exciting. And we'll be talking about this too. So for instance, remember I was saying like tick size and the different values for that. So every 25 cents that, if you were trading the ES, that it moves in your favor for a buy, that is the equivalent. You'll be in profit $12.50. With the NASDAQ, every 25 cents move is equivalent to $5. YM moves in dollar increments, and every dollar increment is equivalent to $5. So, that is different, but very easy to learn. Okay, so, alrighty. So let's go over a little bit more in depth with what I was speaking about as far as how their combines work and passing their courses. Okay. And we'll look at it live in their trading platform as well. We'll kind of go over the benefits here. We'll look at how, if you were getting in a trade, how different it looks, how more convenient it is, and all that great stuff. Alrighty. Well, let's just take a look at trading combines. Alrighty, and we got 20 more minutes, you guys. I know it's getting late, but I want to go over this with you. It's really straightforward. So, a 50K account is $49 a month. Every month, your profit target is $3,000. If you do, you can only go a maximum position size of 5 contracts, and your max that you can lose is $2,000. Alrighty, so let's just say you start this month, you pay your $50, you are $1,500 in profit. Next month, you can either reset and start fresh, or for the same $50, you can reset, start fresh, or you can just continue trading until you've actually met your profit target. So it's more so like a membership price there. That's that monthly price. 100K account is $99. 150K account is $150. And they all have, their different profit targets, max position size, and things like that. Now, once you do pass your combine, as they call it, your evaluation stage, you get your 50K account, you make your $3,000, you do pay a $150 activation fee, which covers like your live data, and it's like your activation fee for that account. Once you transition over from the evaluation stage, you pay your activation fee, and then after that, once you're in your live account, that's it. You do not have to pay any more monthly prices. That was a one-time activation fee. And then you can go into setting up the steps in order to start taking payouts. So let's just talk about this 50K account. I have a funded 50K account. It is so simple. It is an easy account. Hold on, I wanted to talk about something. And how we pass these accounts. So it's on here. Give me 1 second. Okay, so consistency target. So there is a consistency target. And so basically what I love about Top Step is that they're really, really focused on building good risk management parameters for their traders. So this consistency target means that your best day needs to be below 50% of your total profits made. What does that mean? So let's just say with the 50K account, your profit goal is $3,000. So on any one day, just for the trading compound, when you get into your live account, there's none of those type of parameters. Just for one trading day, you cannot make more than $1,500. If you do, cool. But now that average, your profit target would now increase. So let's just say you made $1,600. You made $100 more. You will now have to make the equivalent. You'll have to, make the equivalent of making sure that 1,600 of the profit target. So about $86 more, something like that. What's so great about that is that when you log into your dashboard every day, it will let you know. So if you go over, they'll say, hey, you need to make an additional, whatever amount. It's easy. I'll show you guys how they actually have lockout features that if you make, and it's literally happened to me where I was just trading away, totally forgot about this whole thing. And I went and actually made, instead of 1,500, I made 1,600. I didn't even know till the next day. And I'm like, wait, what? Why do I have to make an extra, so-and-so amount of money? And I'm like, oh, dang, how did I miss that? You can, lose an extra $100 so that you stay within that parameter, so that you stay within those parameters, or, you just make a little extra the next day. Great problem to have. It was a good day. It was a good day. That was with the combine though. So I guess. Alrighty. And so the same thing with any of the other accounts, you know? And what's so crazy about it, you said, oh my God, I'm making too much money. I didn't even know. I didn't even realize that until, the trade just ended. I just got locked out. I just went on about my day. It was just kind of one of those days where I was actually just like looking like, oh, dang, I'm done trading now. So those days are far and few in between. It's usually really super laser focused on the charts, but they definitely come, in handy, and they definitely come exactly when they need to. Okay, so after you pass what's called your trading combine, and what we were just talking about there, so you can, pass your trading combine within 2 days within those parameters. Now, that's when you then transfer over into, so your trading combine, that's what's called, I'm sorry. After you get into your trading combine, you pay your $145 for your activation fee, you are then in an express funded account. These rules have changed a little bit, but let me see. So definitely, once you are in your express funded account, this is when you can start taking live payouts. You do need to have 5 winning days of $200 or more in order to take out your payouts. So you go in your combine, now you're in funded account. You have 5 days of, they don't need to be consecutive, so you can have, $200 day on Monday, $600 day on Tuesday, not trade Wednesday, Thursday, come back and make $200. And, on that 5th winning day of you having accumulated, 200 days, then you are eligible to take a payout up to $5,000 per week. And until this is the other, it seems like there's a lot of rules, but they're really straightforward. And I was here while I was around and trading while they were making the rules. So this was just like September, October, November, there were people in these trading accounts that were withdrawing because they go over like well, they used to anyways, go over like the daily withdrawals, like the highest amount of payouts. You'll have people there was one guy that made 100K and was paid out. There were people that were making 20K. They were like copying, trades on different accounts. So there was just a couple of months ago, not really too many limits in the amount that you can withdraw. The only thing was that, let's see if it's the same. Until you have 30 days of, until you have 30 days of making $2,200 per day, that's when you unlock 100%, or I believe 90% of your profits. Up until that, you have to split it. So let's just say you had 5 winning days of over $200 each. Let's just say each day you made $2,000. 5 days, that means, you have a $10,000 profit. On that 6th day, you want to make your withdrawal. You'll only be able to withdraw half of your profits, up to $5,000. Now, after you have those 30 days, so they're just trying to build consistency. There were a lot of people that were taking advantage of that. And I can see how, they didn't want their, you have to have a certain, I'm talking about those numbers. There were people that were withdrawing 60K, 80K, 100K, and they would verify those accounts. And I'd be like, no, they didn't. And I would go and look up the people, they're always on Twitter and stuff like that. Go look at their, Instagram and their Facebook, make sure they were real people. And yeah, so they had to put a little cap on it. But as you have like consistency, you can just see how um there was like a lot of urgency within that as well. Just self-inflicted urgency was like, oh my God, I have to hurry up and make this $200 so that I can withdraw 20K. And it's like, no, actually there's a max until you get into the live account. And before, they used to only bring up certain people to your live accounts. Now your live account is actually, you're not in a live simulated account. This is actually your live money that they transfer over. And so, you're actually trading in live in a live trading environment there. So so again, let's go over it. You come out of the trading combine you take whatever time you need to do, you pay your monthly fees. Once you pass your combine, no rush. If at the lowest amount, $50 a month, boom, you pay your activation fee for $149 it's $149 for all of them. Activation fee is the same for all, I believe. Yep. For all account sizes. All right, cool. After you do that, now boom, you are in your express funded account. Every 5 days, after you make 5 days of $200, you unlocked your profits there. You can make withdrawals. Simple as that. Any questions? You guys, I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning, so you guys forgive me. I wanted to make the class a little bit later so that we can have some others that were on different time zones, putting the littles to sleep, all of that stuff. But my brain is almost fried. Okay, any questions about Top Step in the funded account? And really what I look at this as is like my education. I'm paying $50 a month for education. Let me show you when I say like Top Step TV. Now, they do take live trades, right? They do take live trades, but and I don't ever recommend anyone, copying their trades or anything like that. I want you guys to really just focus on them, like how they manage their trades, how they view the market, what they're looking for, and different things like that. Alrighty. Ty Wallace says, can you share the links to the Telegram group? Sure, I can. Let me find it. Okay. Where is it? Here we go. Sure. So my Telegram group here is the Trade Love chat room. I also, hold on. You guys, we drop different, resources there. We have our weekly classes, which will now just be here on live every Wednesday, 8 a.m. Eastern, every Wednesday starting next week. Took a little break there, but now we are back. Okay, hold on. I'm getting that link. Here we go. Copy link. Alrighty. Here is, no, copy link. One second. Let's try one more time. All right, I guess I gotta type it in. There we go. Dropped it for you, Ty. All right, Lucy asks, compared to Forex, how easy is trading futures? Okay, let's take a look here. I'm gonna go into I'm gonna go into do let's go into our practice account here, and we'll just take out a little trade and you can see for yourself. I think that it is much easier because of all the transparency in the market. I like how I'm able to see, your commission free, your spreads and everything like that. They're just easily seen. I can see, you know, how many orders and the volume at certain price points for different pairs, which you really don't have that level two data in the forex market. So we're just purely relying on candlesticks and market structures. But within it, it's so much easier with when you can combine market structure and your candlesticks, and you're also seeing that, oh well, there's no selling, there's more buyers in this market. I can see there's like 100 orders here at this price point, or that they're making new price points, and you can see much more information than you can with forex. So I think it's easier because now I'm just not just relying on, just you can read the tape, you can see the volume coming in and tied to actual market orders. Alrighty, give me 1 second here. Yep, you can definitely see the depth, and that's called the DOM, depth of market. It's just, again, just the institutional order flow. And so that makes it not so much of like a guessing game, because, how many times we say, well, how do we know it's going to keep selling? How do we know if it's going to keep buying, or if that's just, you know, a support level? What if it's going to, you can actually tie this relevant information. You can go ahead and see, okay, I'm seeing some big orders come in for the buy. Oh, I'm actually right now I'm seeing some buying orders come in right here. You can look at your delta, which is, a lot of us, or any people that are familiar with, trading options. So it's just a lot. It's just, I think it's easier, a lot easier, in my opinion. Okay. um, Ty, would you say you meant the resources you put in the chat? Oh, do you mean, okay, I get what you're saying. Sorry, slow moment. Can I trade? Can I share? Of course I can. And I will. Alrighty, so let's go to Top Step TV just so that I can show you straight from the beginning bell. They have live programming. Qualify for Chase's new. And it's really a at this point, it's how I start my day, because they start off with your morning news. They do their own live market analysis. And they talk about what's going on. They bring different traders in. You have the chat room where everyone's just chatting about a bunch of different things. Let's see here. And every day it's something new. And so they go over, they're mainly just trading NQs. So, and a lot of times, especially with the way that we trade, I'll be looking at them like, I wouldn't take this trade right here. But so we're not using it as signals or anything like that. Again, we're just, but it is interesting to just see how other traders trade, how professional traders trade. And again, it's always nice to just see, oh yeah, screenshot of someone making 10K. But what about you looking at how they managed that trade, how they got in that trade? Did they, because shoot, you could take a screenshot of, your profit early in the morning. That doesn't mean at 2 p.m. the market didn't come in. Take that bad boy on back. So it is nice to see live in the market. They also speak about a lot of like, they come from like an institutional trading background. So you get to learn a lot about different order flows, and, them talking about how it was trading in the pits and things like that. They also really push you trading, getting your Series 3 license so that you can, be more in depth in the market. They bring different traders on. They analyze their trades. They show you, how they enter the market, what they're looking for. It's so beneficial. It's so beneficial. Let's see here. And they have it all throughout the day. So like right now, they're having slow markets with Dakota, or maybe it just ended. In the morning, they have a lovely female trader coming on named Deanna who trades the London market. Bunch of different things going on there. Okay, so let's go ahead and wrap it up really quickly and look at how trading. Let's look at Top Step. I just use the Top Step X feature. You can use whatever you can. Top Step X is Top Step's own trading platform. You can use the Tradeovate trading platform, the Trade Ninja. A bunch of those different platforms are available to you, and you can use whatever one you want. It's kind of set up, it's integrated with TradingView. So they do have a couple indicators that you can use and set up on your charts. I still do have my subscription to TradingView because my pivotal indicator is not here. It's not available here. So I still have my TradingView subscription. I did upgrade that to level 2 data. You do not have to if this is enough information for you. So let's just talk about this really quickly. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at the ES. Let's just get into, I'm in my demo. So you can go into your Express funded account here, or you can use your demo account. A part of my trading plan is that I always place my first trade of the day in my demo account first before I go into an Express account. Okay, so let's just look at the S&P, which I just said is going to be something that this is going to be the main pair that we're focusing on. And you'll see why. I'm just going to just place a trade here. We have pending orders, which is so awesome. But let's just say I just wanted to just buy one at this price. Let's just say we just want to take it out. I just want to just show you guys just how we're not going to do any we're not analyzing the market. We're just in the demo. We're just taking a look at how the Top 6X platform works. What I love about it is that you have all of these different, so you can come over here, you can see what your balance is. It also shows your profit and loss, your how much you're up or down, in that current trade, and then your realized profit and loss. You can place bracket orders, which is, as soon as you enter a trade, automatically you can say, I'm only risking, again, risk parameters. I only want to risk any trade that I in 100 points, $100, and my take profit's always the same. Just because, sometimes you place a trade, and as soon as you place that trade, the market can just go in or out of your favor. So I always recommend us having bracket orders. What I love about this is that your DOM here, which is your depth of the market, you can also, what am I trying to say? Adjust your trades by moving your stop loss, according to the volume that you're seeing here. It also tells you, okay, if you move it down any further at 57.51 at this price point, that's going to be a negative $87 trade. So you are able to see right then and there, once you get into a trade, and even looking into the future, on the flip side too. Okay, well, if I place my trade at 57.60, that will be a $275 dollar profit, and they're just easily able to adjust there. So I do like that. You can close all your positions here. You're able to set up, this is just a basic setup here. You're able to customize kind of just the same way like Thinkorswim, how you're able to set up your dashboard. For instance, if I wanted to add a component such as, the time and sales, I can kind of add this onto my trading platform here. And you can add, where is it going? Well, I have this set up a little different, but Let's see. Let's see. Here goes one of the other, well, here, oh, you can see it here. You can kind of move so it's just really customizable so that you can set up your trading. Again, you guys know I always trade it on my laptop. So there's just so many different features that you can do as far as your setup there. What else? Let me get back to where I was. There we go. All right. You can move it all around. We are in our demos here. Down here, you can see your positions. You can also adjust your risk down here just by clicking and just saying, okay, well, actually, I want to risk $400. To make, so you have a bunch of different options in how you are managing your trades. You can see what orders you have filled. You can take a look at your trades, see the fees, how much you won or lost, what direction that trade, your size. So remember, we were talking about contracts, so not lot sizes. So were you in one size? One lot, one contract, 3 contracts, or things like that. And we'll go over, what that means as well during class on Wednesday. You also have your Traders Hub. So they tell you what economic news is here. And I do love like your performance stats. So you guys know I'm really, really, really big on journaling and making sure that we go over, so every day you can actually come in here. It will tell you, let's just say, this is just for today. Let's just do last week. It will tell you like what your profit and loss was, what was your win rate. It goes really in depth. It will tell you like when was your most profitable day. You can come down here and like this is just for the month of March. What trades, how many trades I took that day, how much I made. Again, this is in demo here. You can also click on that day, add a journal entry. Hey. So a lot of in-depth, a lot of different features here that I just absolutely love when you want to take a look to see what days are most beneficial to you. They even break it down by time. You can see your win rate there. This really gives you some good information as a trader, so you can definitely see like what trading style works best for you. Last thing are the settings. So remember we were talking about profit brackets, those bracket orders. Anytime I open an order, I have it so that this is just something I just put gaining 25 to risk 100. Of course, that's backwards. Let's just say we were risking 150, profiting, and we were looking at profiting $250. You can save that. You also have a personal lockout. It's really going with your trading psychology. If you know this is just a crazy day, you can lock yourself out from your account so that you are not able to trade the rest of the trading day, the rest of the hour. If you know you're one of those people that need just a little extra hand holding, I do love that you do have those risk parameters. You can also set up hotkeys where, if you're on your computer, if you want to just press a certain key, it will open a trade, close your trade. So there are a lot of different features here with Top Step that I do love. Helps you just get into a lot of different, just helps you to be a more consistent trader, have more information available to you while you trade, and it just to be transparent there. And then like, for instance, you just go ahead and adjust your trades right there live. They do have an app as well. Payouts, very fast, very easy. Support, live support here in the US. You're able to talk to a live person. They have a phone number that you don't have to go through WhatsApp. You have email support. I've had to, contact the support team for minor things. Very nice people. I love it. I love Top Step. I am going to push, when we are trading, although I did give you guys other brokers and funded and prop firms, we will be primarily working with Top Step because, I like to, I don't want to teach something that I'm not doing or push, a firm that I'm not using. So for educational purposes, we will be using Top Step. We'll be going over trading ES. And again, we have so many different, it's, how do you guys feel? How do you guys feel about this? How do you guys feel about trading futures? Is it as hard or different than you, like, as you were thinking it was going to be before you guys came in to learn? Do you think you were going to have to learn a whole new strategy or something like that? Ty's excited. Girl, you always excited to make some money. You're always excited to make some money, and that's why I love you. I think you guys are going to like the transparency and just like that whole slippage kind of mess that was going on. Firms disappearing out of thin air, not able to take your payouts, mysterious, anything. We don't really have those issues, so much on this side of the market. So I think you guys this will actually level up your trading. You being able to see the depth of the market and being able to see, those orders coming in, the size of those orders, in addition to your fundamental analysis and things like that. I think it's going to really level up your game, because a lot of times, and I was working, with some of my students doing some private tutoring, and sometimes they've gotten a lot of accounts wiped out or trades wiped out due to no fault of their own. Slippage, crazy spreads. Sometimes we were looking at a trade and it was like, on my chart, it never got anywhere near this price. How were you even wiped out of this trade? Vic, we'll go over how to use the DOM, the depth of the market tool, right now, because this is a practice account. This isn't live data. So we'll go over depth of the market, but and I'll drop some reading material as well. We'll need to be going over the depth of the market, bracket orders. There's a couple other things that we're going to be, and also too with the DOM, it also depends on what you have. You can also have settings within the DOM as well. So we'll be going over that more in depth on Wednesday. I know I've had you guys here for an hour. I know it was going to be, I said only 45 minutes, but there was just so much information that I just wanted to kind of just dig into. Again, I will be dropping all the links that we shared here in the chat. You guys, this is a live broadcast on YouTube. You guys can always come back. You don't have to wait for me to drop the recording, Kelly. It's here for you guys. And if no one has any more questions, I will see you guys on Wednesday. Vic will be going over using the DOM in live time. Sorry, it's not just like a little simple one where, you use DOM like this. We got to go over just a couple things, not complicated, in addition with some other resources here. Alrighty, guys, you are very welcome. Thank you guys for coming on Trade Love Academy's first live stream. Oh my goodness. You guys, Courtney's here. Oh goodness. Hey, Coach Courtney. Oh, that's so nice. Thank you for attending. You guys have a great night, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday.